Hey everybody, day 6 of the blog and second Friday of the school year. Really exciting. I want to take today to talk about why I've made the decision this year to wear a Black Lives Matter shirt or sweatshirt every day of the school year. So, last year, the Seattle educators were planning at a John Muir Elementary to support their African American population, their students, and by having black men from the community come and welcome those students to the school, and teachers in response were going to be wearing Black Lives Matter shirts to support our students and to tell them that their lives do matter in our country. And there's a lot of misunderstanding about what Black Lives Matter mean, and I'm not going to get into all of that, but in response to that event, there were threats against the school, and the event had to be shut down and canceled. And educators throughout Seattle got together and decided that they would not be fearful in the face of people who are going to make those type of threats. And so they decided to join together, and where over 2,000 educators wore Black Lives Matter shirts on one day to support them, and then started wearing them every Friday. In response to this, I helped initiate with our local association to send a message of support to Seattle educators, but then also organized our own day on January 31st of last year to wear Black Lives Matter shirts and to support what that movement stands for, and about empowering each of our students and making them believe that their lives do matter in the United States, which for them is not a reality. They don't, many of these students do not believe that their lives matter to America as a whole, and especially to institutions like education and law enforcement. And then we started wearing them every Monday. We called it Moral Mondays, and we're going to be continuing that tradition this year. Next Monday is the first Monday of this school year, and so hopefully all the educators are wearing their Black Lives Matter shirts. Well, you also last year had Colin Kaepernick kneeling during the anthem, and he did that throughout the year to raise awareness about what's going on in police brutality and just the overall disparate treatment of African Americans in the United States, and got huge backlash, right? And some players joined him last year and continued that throughout the year. And then at the beginning of this year, we had a couple of players that decided to. So it's still kind of unknown if Marshawn Lynch, if that was the message that he was sending, but those close to him that know him kind of say that that's most likely what was happening. And then Seattle Seahawks own Michael Bennett decided to join, and he sat during the anthem. And so as part of that, and just the continued dialogue in our nation that questions whether or not Black Lives Matter is legitimate and why they say it and why not all lives matter, all this different stuff, I've decided to wear a shirt every single day of this school year to proudly have the message that Black Lives Matter. And so I've been taking a picture every day, going to continue to do that, and hopefully be able to create like a lasting memory and message. And they all have slightly different variations of it, but all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter. Nobody ever said that only Black Lives Matter. We're just trying to get to a point where America truly acknowledges that Black lives do matter. And as a historian, I don't know how you could possibly argue that America has behaved as if Black lives matter throughout our history or even in the modern day. And so that's where I'm at. I think that we have to start taking more bold action to keep this conversation in the forefront until we make progress. And I'm going to continue to do that the best I can. It's not just about wearing a symbol, it's not just about wearing a shirt, it's about what are you doing to change the narrative of our country and what's going on. And so get to work in your schools, get to work in your district, get to work in your communities, connect with people that don't look like you, that didn't have your upbringing, that have a different perspective, and start taking a stand. Take a stand for people, get to know their stories, and put yourself on the line. Patrice Cullers, the founder of Black Lives Matter, has kind of coined the phrase that we don't need white allies, we need white accomplices. And so what are you doing to risk your reputation and your livelihood? It's one of the most difficult things you can do is to make those decisions. But white educators and white citizens in the United States need to start putting more skin in the game. So this is a small token, a small attempt of what I do in addition to the other work that I'm trying to work towards and accomplish. And we just got to keep pushing forward. We got to keep moving. So happy Friday. Got the Black Lives Matter shirt. It's a little rough because traditionally Blue Fridays means Seahawks. But until I get my Michael Bennett Black Lives Matter shirt, I'm gonna have to step out of the typical Blue Friday. So, go Hawks, Black Lives Matter, and educators rise up.